Many people, if you ask them what the Catholic Church thinks about sex, would probably say that the church is basically against it, that sex might be like a necessary evil, but more or less it's something dirty, it's something bad, it's something that is to be shunned and avoided, not talked about. Which is why people would probably be amazed in learning the theology of the body and seeing what the church actually teaches about sex. When you read the theology of the body, John Paul II talks about sex in very deep and profound ways, but also in very frank and honest ways as well, which might be surprising for some people, because a lot of times we're not used to someone who represents the church, or even maybe our parents, talking about sex in an honest and relatable way. But unfortunately, because of that, a lot of us learned about sex, not from a good source, from a solid source, but from the gutter, from the kid up the street, or from watching TV, or nowadays from clicking something online. And when we learn about sex from those twisted sources, it affects the way that we approach this incredibly important topic and reality, something that's central to our humanity. And so when John Paul II talks about it, he talks about sex not as something bad, not as something dirty, not as some way that we use another person, but something that is part of our humanity, that we are called to image God by the way that the man and the woman come together in that union from the very beginning, that the two become one flesh. So looking at sex as something not just good, not just pleasurable, but something holy should challenge us, because it challenges the sources of how we have learned about sex. When we get to this theology of the body, we recognize the goodness of sex and how we are called to live our lives in light of that goodness. Because God has created you and I out of love and for love. He's created us for glory.